get to work, baby. Got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin', my people? What's poppin'? Got a lot of work, baby. Lamont, what's poppin', bro? What's poppin'? Beverly White, what's poppin'? What's poppin', Carlos? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Got a lot of stuff to cover, bro. We got a lot of stuff to cover today, bro. A lot of stuff we found, man. Man. If y'all can hear me, put an 8 in the chat. Put an 8 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Took it down. You back. Oh yeah, we back with it. Too low? Okay. Can you hear me now? We good? We good? That's better. Got you. It's gonna be a long day. I'm glad y'all here, bro. I'm glad y'all here. It's gonna be a long day. Shout out to all my truck drivers, man, to my people. This motherfucking rain and right fucking up the signal. My truck drivers, my nurses, everybody, bro. This gonna be a long day. Let's get to it. What's poppin'? Like I say, man, shout out to all my truck drivers. Shout out to, everybody who's working the night shift tonight. We good, man. We good. Thank y'all for joining this live, man. Like I say, if this was black people, they would arrest everybody who was on that island. If this was black people, they'll arrest everybody that was on that island. What's poppin', everybody? But let's get right into it. I wanna show y'all something. First off, let's start off with my boy. What's poppin'? Hold up. What's poppin'? Look. I don't normally react to YouTubers' content. I don't do that type of stuff right there, especially from YouTube. But y'all, this is my guy, bro. This is my boy, bro. Like, this is my boy. His name is Big Kish, bro. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. His channel is Big Kish, dog. Hey, my boy been shouting me out since last year, bro. Like, real talk. Like, it's crazy because, I don't watch other YouTubers for real. So when I find information, it's really my information. Like somebody sent me something, like I put my own real spin to it, and bruh, and you have people who will steal it, But my boy, bro, he always shouted me out, bro. Ever since the beginning of last year, man, he always shouting me out, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. So, we gotta react to some of his content. It's only right. It's only right. He putting in work. I love to see it. His name is Big Kish. So we gonna start off. We gonna start off with his video because I think he got the enhanced audio. I watched like the first 1 minute, then I say, you know what? I'm gonna watch it on live with my people. I'm gonna watch it on live with my people. But we got a lot of shit to break down, man. We got a lot of shit to break down. Y'all not gonna believe what I got, man. Y'all not gonna believe it. But first, we're gonna break down this video, listen to the enhanced audio. And again, y'all go subscribe to my boy, man. His name is Big Kish, bro. Like I say, ever since the beginning, like ever since my YouTube channel really started taking off, he always been shouting me out, man. Like, if I find something new, he'll shout me out, so it's only right. It's only right, bro. And we gotta show love to our people, man. That's how we, that's how we get down. We gotta show love to our people, bro. My boy putting in work. Well, he been putting in work, but now it's paying off, and I love to see that shit, bro. That shit make me happy, But let's get into it.
Want to hear no more about your damn village pump. I don't want to hear how the red wire was mistuned with the green wire, and then you had to put the battery, and then it...
My boy come with that attitude. That's like, oh, come on, bro. See, tomorrow I'm doing a video. This get me hype. So tomorrow I gotta do a video. This the shit that get me hype, bro. Because I told you, if it was Caucasian people, if they was on Myrtle Beach and there was one Caucasian kid that got murdered, I promise y'all, bro, they would never let this shit go. They would never let this shit go. So while y'all telling black content creators, oh man, let it go, no. If the tables were reversed, they would never let it go. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. If the tables were reversed, they would never let it go, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. If y'all can hear me, put an 8 in the chat, man. Like I say, it's my boy Big Kish. Y'all go subscribe to his YouTube channel, bro. He been shouting me out since the beginning of last year, man. The dude really be showing love, dog. If he find information, he don't act like he found the information. Like, he go shout you out and put the work in. That's what I like about him, bro. That's why I research. I don't watch other, YouTubers and stuff. And he like the main one. It's other YouTubers too that shout you out and stuff like that. I make sure I shout people out, but he be showing love to everybody, bro. That's how you do it for our people, man. Let's get into it, bro. His name is Big Kish. Go subscribe to his channel right now.
It was up ankle high. Every time somebody asks you a damn question, you talking about the village pump. I don't want to hear about your village pump. I want to hear from Wyatt, Warren, Jerry,
Kish,
Bart, and Katie. I'm sick of y'all playing with us.
It's Big Kish. It's BIGGKISH. Matter of fact, just to make sure I do it right, man. Show my love. This is his channel, bro. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel right now. Everybody, right now, and show him some love, bro. This dude be showing mad love, bro. Mad love, bro. And tell him that Introvert Rockstar. Go in his comment section on this video and tell him that Introvert Rockstar sent y'all. I appreciate everybody, man. We gotta show our people love, bro. Forget crossing over to Caucasian people. No, we gotta show love to our own people in every aspect, Every aspect. Online, offline, everywhere, bro. We got to, bro. So go subscribe to my boy, man. Let's get to it. We have to sit together. That's a fact. That's a fact. What's poppin', Chill RN? My girl, what's poppin'?
Oh, I don't want to hear hear no more about your damn village pump. I don't want to hear how the red wire was mistuned with the green wire, and then you had to put the battery, and then it was up ankle high. Every time somebody asks you a damn question, you talking about your village pump. I don't want to hear about your village pump. I want to hear from Wyatt, Warren. I'm sick of y'all playing with us. I need from you, Bart, when I tell y'all, they have cleaned up the audio as to where you don't even hear the dispatch. And y'all need to get y'all headphones up. Don't be listening to this straight up from the phone. I want to give a shout out to this sister, Janetta Brantley. She's an audio engineer who did the work of God.
See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. This what I'm talking about. My boy be shouting out people he gets content from, bro. I love that shit, man. And now he bringing that energy, man. I love that shit. So this hype me up for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have to do a video now, bro. This hype me up.
Separated the audio. Took
What's
the
poppin',
dispatch
pilot?
out, and now we just got the background. Also, people can't figure out how Bart was a part of it, allegedly in the background. But they're saying, yeah, Bart was out of town. I guess that's one of the buddies from college. I don't know. But we're going to react to some TikTok, and we're going to react to this cleaned up audio, y'all. Bombshell information. Y'all make sure y'all get these likes up. Y'all make sure y'all hype the video and subscribe. Check it out, y'all.
Okay, so before I play this, I want to quickly explain what I did, what you're looking at on the screen, and why I chose to approach this audio the way that I did.
What's poppin'?
As a professional audio engineer with experience in dialogue editing, dialogue cleanup, sound design, and post-production, I decided to work on that CTO call using traditional audio processing techniques rather than relying on any AI voice separation or AI enhancement.
And see, I love this shit, bro. See, shout out to black women, bro. See, this why they hate content creators so much. This why they want you to stop speculating. Look what we doing, bro. Look what our people are doing, dog. We not dependent on the law enforcement no more. Because most of the time, they crooked. Most of the time, they edit stuff out. The video I showed y'all yesterday with the news, they didn't want you to hear the background stuff. So they kept that video so long so they can edit, so they can isolate the noise in the back, bro. That's what they did. If you go back and listen to the news clip I played yesterday, they isolated the sound out in the background so you couldn't hear it. You notice that? But you got TikTokers and YouTubers that's connecting the dots. But they want you to shut up. But if the tables were reversed, it wouldn't be no shut up. They'll still be talking about this, bro. You still got Jeff Metcalf. He's still doing interviews. Carmelo got 35 years, and he's still doing interviews, bro. Bro, they'll never let it go, bro. So we not letting it go. We not letting it go, dog. This been going on. I did so many videos in Mississippi, bro, and they got away. They got away with it. This time it's done. We exposing all of them. You feel me?
I hope this breakdown helps. Am I?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
Shut the fuck up!
Pivot, Bart. Pivot, Bart. Pivot, Bart.
But wait, there's more. I don't want to play around with this. So, the new person that we need to step up to the podium is Bart. Bart Jerry Wyatt Warren.
Do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
But do y'all remember them saying Horn Island don't have cell phone coverage? You can't get any signal. Remember they said that? But I'm telling y'all, bro, we just getting started. The shit I'm about to show y'all after we finish reacting to this video and the audio. The shit I'm about to show y'all, bro. And we gotta react to the Officer Raccoon. The shit I'm about to show y'all, bro. Y'all not gonna believe shit. Y'all not gonna believe this shit. Let's carry on.
All right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the
Are you on Horn Island or are you in 30 feet of water? Which one is it? I don't want to hear about your billet pump and the wires attached to it. So you brought the bottle of beer at what time, Ninja?
You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Now shout out to Chronicle Speaks. Watch what this sister had put together, and this is why I say, Bart, I need to speak to you right now. No more billet pump talk. Check it out, y'all.
In there.
Said my buddy Bart drove his boat up next to ours after he pulled us out away from the island, and then he towed us a little more while we were trying to get the motor figured out.
Bart, y'all.
What'd you say?
So Bart Edmonston is a new name that we haven't really heard of until Warren started talking.
Hold on. They moving too fast. We gotta listen to this shit again. Hold up.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped.
They said in the first one, they said, "Can we cover it up?" Yeah, I thought all about that. Oh, you killed him. He's already dead. Is he dead? Yeah. Yells Nolan. Oh my God, Nolan, wake up! Inaudible but clear. Wyatt, wake up. Get the fuck up. Damn it, Bart. No-No's really dead now. Whoa. And that explains what I told y'all yesterday. The whole day was them riding around trying to dump the body. And they waited an extra day to dump the body because they knew they was going to go to the island to look for the body. So they went back to the island to drop it off. But the whole 4th of July, it was never no pool party. Forget the pool party. The whole day of the 4th of July was them riding around trying to dump the body. That's why his cell phone was pinging from different locations. That's why they went to Fort Bayou, because they was going to dump the body there. They said, nah, we just going to leave it here in the boat and come back and bring it back to Horn Island, bruh. That's what happened. The media, everybody lied with the GPS. They lied, bruh. They used another GPS from a boat. They said we're going to, because they took 3 boats. Remember that? It was 3 boats. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Before I show y'all after this video, the Grand Wizard is the grandfather, bruh. He's the Grand Wizard. The grandfather. But we gonna break this shit down. I'm telling you, bro, I'm just getting started. I was up to 3 a.m. Woke up, worked out. Bruh, I promise y'all, I got y'all. We go connect all the dots slowly. I don't watch other content creators, so I got my own mind. But this my boy, and we go watch his shit.
It's working, we're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a... Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Look, shut the fuck up!
It was day 200.
We about to read that again. What everything they said. Because I don't want to move on too fast from that. They said, can we cover it up? Somebody say, yeah, I thought all about that. Oh, you killed him. Somebody say he's already dead. Is he dead? Yeah. Yells, Nolan. Oh my God. Nolan, wake up. Inaudible but clear. Wyatt. Yells, wake up. Yells, get the fuck up. Damn it, Bart. No-No's really dead now. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This is why when the news media posted that they isolated out the background sound, man, so you couldn't hear what they were saying. He was dead the whole day. After they left that island, that's why they kept lying and saying, oh, the last time I put together, bro. The reason why all of them kept saying the last time they saw Nolan was at 3 o'clock because they murdered him between 3 and 4:30. That's when they murdered him, bro. That's why they said, oh, the last time I saw him was 3 p.m. At 3 p.m., that's around when everything happened, bro. They told on themselves, man. They told on themselves. Everybody's saying 3 p.m., 3 p.m. Because after 3 p.m., the whole day, they was trying to find somewhere to dump the body. That's why they went to Fort Bayou. Why would you leave an island, a big body of water, to go to another body of water? You know why? Because they was going to dump his body, but they left the boat there overnight. They went to Horn Island. That's why they cleaned the boat after, bro. Come on, man. They put him on a, man, can't make this shit up, bro.
Shut the fuck up! Pivot, Bart! Pivot, Bart! Pivot, Bart!
But wait, there's more. I don't want to play around with this. So, the new person that we need to step up to the podium is Bart. Bart, Jerry, Wyatt, Warren.
Do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.84 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
All right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yeah.
All right, is the
Are you on Horn Island or are you in 30 feet of water? Which one is it? I don't want to hear about your village pump and the wires attached to it. So you brought the bottle of beer at what time, Ninja?
You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Now
that-
shout out to Chronicle Speaks. What
His name is Big Kish. Big Kish on YouTube.
this sister had put together, and this is why I say,
Appreciate you.
I need to speak to you right now. No more village pump talk. Check it out, y'all.
in there?
Said my buddy Bart drove his boat up next to ours after he pulled us out away from the island, and then he towed us a little more while we were trying to get the motor figured out.
Bart?
Bart, y'all.
What'd you say?
Warren started talking on Officer Tatum. 1 year fronted about being at the pool. I want you to know that I live in Wyoming and have not been in past Christian for over a year. I grieve for Nolan and want the same as everyone else. Thank you for your support. So the official sworn MDMR Marine Patrol report.
Thank you. Somebody said, who leaves a party at 3? See, I said the same thing. They would have been on Horn Island the whole day. The whole time. When I first heard about this, the whole time I was like, damn, who leaves a party at 4:30? Who leaves a party the party just getting started at 4:30 p.m.? You know why they left at 4:30 p.m.? Because they murdered Nolan, bro. That's why the party ended, bro. The Cajun Navy dude, he lied and said, oh, you can't be on an island at nighttime. That's a lie, bro. I'm going to show y'all all that. That's a lie. They left at 4:30 because they murdered Nolan. And the whole day was them trying to figure out where to dump the body. That's it. That's it. But after this video, it gets deeper. Watch.
Was filed as a non-criminal missing person report. Now, this was filed via telephone at 10:05 a.m. on July 5th, 2026. Two individuals are listed as involved entities: 21-year-old Bart Joseph Edmonston Jr. and Jerry Ralph Atkerson, which happens to be Wyatt's grandfather, i.e., the owner of the boat.
Just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and he said that they, yeah, Jerry, yeah.
Yes,
He
Jerry.
said-
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now.
Now, 2 videos ago, we went over the GPS data for Jerry Atkinson's boat. That's the boat that Nolan came back in on, along with Warren, along with Wyatt. We heard Will, we heard Bart's name, and we heard 2 women. Now, although Bart led investigators on his boat to get the GPS coordinates, I do not see anywhere where they were revealed to the public. At least not like Wyatt's grandfather, Jerry. I'm starting to think that these countless trips to Fort Bayou had something to do with Bart, because he doesn't live that far from Fort Bayou, about a mile and some change.
Y'all screenshot this. Y'all screenshot this. Fort.
They went to Fort Bayou. They was gonna dump the body there, but they switched boats. That's what happened. That's what happened. They switched boats and they brought him back to Horn Island. That's what happened, bro. They switched boats and they brought him back to Horn Island. They took the GPS off of one of the boats and they brought it back to Horn Island, and they dumped his body perfectly face down. It was perfectly face down, bro. That's it. They switched boats. That's why because the whole time I'm like, hold on. So they went to another party at Fort Bayou? No, they let the body stay in the boat overnight, and they came back and they switched boats. That's it, bro. That's it. But the whole day of the 4th of July was them trying to dump the body, and that's why they called the mother after 11 p.m. They waited to get their story straight. That's why their story is still, it don't make sense, because they rushed everything. But that's why all the grown-ups are trying to take up for them. That's why they doing videos, making statements, because they trying to cover their ass. But they too far in the deep end, bro. They too far in the deep end. They too far, dog.
Fort Bayou boat launch. Private waterfront.
Via boat. He has a very nice boat launch. Now, if Bart came in on a whole nother boat, what made them say, damn it, Bart, he's mother-freaking dead, dude?
And you stay with Choice Hotels?
So that's why they all made statements, bro. That's why everybody made a statement to try to take up for those young kids.
Bart? What'd you say?
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
And I recall listening to one of the interviews, one of the young men said, a couple of my buddies came down from college. Bart, 21 years old. Is he one of the buddies who came down from college? Bart is the one who told them.
I'm not going to go as far as to say that that's exactly what was said. But what I will say is that, again, I'm suspicious because...
So y'all, I ain't gonna play his whole video. Y'all go watch his channel. His name is Big Kish. Biggkish. Big Kish on YouTube. Go subscribe to his channel, bro. That's my dog, man. You know, he been looking out for a long time on YouTube, shouting me out and stuff. So, but I want...
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working.
They said, can we cover it up? Yeah, I thought all about that. Oh, you killed him. He's already dead. Is he dead? Somebody said, yeah. Yells, Nolan. Oh my God, Nolan, wake up. Inaudible but clear. Wyatt yells, wake up. Somebody yells, get the fuck up. Damn it, Bart. Come on, bro. Come on. And this is something the news didn't even do, bro. I told y'all they all on the same team, man. All of them.
Same thing. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Look, oh, shut the fuck up. David Bart. David Bart. David Bart. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Look, oh, shut the fuck up. David Bart. David Bart. David Bart. Freaking, we're stinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Look, oh, shut the fuck up. David Bart. David Bart. David Bart.
See, they murder him. Like I say, y'all go subscribe to Big Kish YouTube channel. But let's get on with the content. I'm about to show y'all some shit. So I'm like, why can't we find information on Horn Island? Look at this shit. Ship in Horn Island. Recognized as Underground Railroad sites. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Hold on. I told y'all. It's about to get real. It's about to get real, bruh. Ship and Horn Island recognized as Underground Railroad sites. And you can fact check all this shit. I already did it. Let's read. Like I say, with Caucasian people, racist Caucasian people especially, you have to read because they like to hide things. They like to hide information, true information on websites, in books, because they know most people won't read. You know, and I don't read perfectly, but I'm gonna read. That's for damn sure. Ship and Horn Island. It gets deeper though. Let's read. Ship and Horn Island, managed by Gulf Islands National Seashore, were accepted in the National Park Service's National Underground Railroad Network to Freedom Program on September 29th, 2022. Hold up. The National Underground Railroad Network to Freedom is a federal program that commemorates the stories of the men and women who risked everything for freedom and those who helped them. It honors, preserves, and promotes the history of resistance to enslavement through escape and flight worldwide. The network currently represents over 695 locations in 39 states plus Washington, D.C. Following the start of the Civil War, freedom seekers used small craft to navigate the waters of Mississippi Sound in hopes of finding liberation at the hands of U.S. forces. By October 1861, the first recorded freedom seeker arrived on Ship Island and enlisted for service in the U.S. Navy. In December 1863, at least 8 freedom seekers reached Horn Island and were picked up by the USS Calhoun, a gunboat participating in the U.S. Navy's blockade of the passes between Mississippi Barrier Islands. These men were enlisted in the U.S. Navy with 2 Solomon Gregory, Ebenezer Jenkins, known to have severed throughout the war and settled in Moss Point area post-war as freemen. Hold on. This shit crazy, man. The designation of Horn and Ship Island represents us with further opportunity to tell the inspirational yet difficult stories of enslaved individuals struggled for freedom, said Superintendent Darrell Echoes, Gulf Islands, okay. Now, I said, let me go back to the video that we watched about the rituals that was done on that island. Because I be trying to connect the dots, and we go connect them. But look at this shit. Horn Island recognized as Underground Railroad sites. The answer, come on, pilot, you got it. And it makes sense why so many Caucasian people flock there. But the rabbit hole gets even deeper. I want y'all to screenshot that. Now let's move on to the video we watched the other day. Hold on. Because I got to jog back to y'all memories right quick. Hold on. We just getting started, baby. Hold on. First off, bam. Fair use.
My parents didn't finish college.
So I said, why do these Caucasian people keep going to that island? Like,
Well, Grayson has a story for us as he focuses on Mississippi.
Now, we're traveling about as far south as you can go in Mississippi and still be on dry land. And what I am assuming we're going beyond Gulfport and Biloxi.
Yes, that's exactly right. We're going to the land where Gulf Coast artist Walter Anderson found so much inspiration. Now let's take a trip out to Horn Island. Horn Island is a part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore, so it, along with several other barrier islands.
so they telling you nobody saw how Nolan died. But this island is occupied by the government, bruh. They watching everything 24/7, but nobody saw anything. Come on, bruh. That's why I told y'all. They all on the same team, dog. This shit deeper than what we really think. It's deeper than what we really think. This some army type shit, bro. They watching this land 24/7. They watching this 24/7 to the people who just got in. Look what we found. Look what we found. Ship and Horn Islands recognized as Underground Railroad sites. Hold on, let me read the part for you just to show you I'm not capping. Ocean Springs, Mississippi, Ship and Horns Island, managed by Gulf Island National Seashore, was accepted in the National Park Service's National Underground Railroad Network to Freedom program on September 29, 2022. The National Underground Railroad Network to Freedom is a federal program that commemorates the stories of the men and women who risked everything for freedom and those who helped them. It honors, preserves, and promotes the history of resistance to enslavement through escape and flight worldwide. Hold on. In December 1863, at least 8 freedom seekers reached, you gotta watch them words, freedom seekers. Freedom seekers. You gotta watch them words they use, man. Reached Horn Island and were picked up by the USS Calhoun, a gunboat participating in the U.S. Navy's blockade of the passes between the Mississippi Barrier Islands. These men were listed in the U.S. Navy with 2 Solomon Gregory and Ebenezer Jenkins, known to have served throughout the war, served through the war and settled in the Moss Point area post-war as free men. Come on, man. But the news didn't say anything about this. The news didn't say anything about this. I wonder why. So the people who just coming in, now let's go to this video. Because they don't say anything. This is from 2020.
Islands are a national park. It's also a national wilderness area. There's nothing man-made on Horn Island except a ranger cabin somewhere near the middle, and there's not always a ranger there. Anything else you might need, you have to bring it with you. And of course, take it back when you leave. Horn Island is several miles long, but less than a mile wide at its widest point. And to the north is the Mississippi Sound. The water and the beaches there look about like they do on the Gulf Coast. But to the south is the Gulf of Mexico. And the water and beaches there look more like what you're used to in Florida. Sure.
See, I noticed something about Caucasian people. Wherever our ancestors' spirit was, bruh, they flocked to. I learned something about a lot of Caucasian. I don't talk about all of them, bro. It's a lot of them though. They claim, especially the ones who don't like us, they claim to hate black people so much. We don't have culture. But I noticed something about them. They flock to everywhere our history existed. Everywhere. But we just getting started. Like I say, don't forget the mission. If it was black people, black kids, we will be in prison right now. They'll be in prison, in jail right now. They'll want to give them the death penalty. So we have to give them the same energy, bro. I ain't talking about wanting people to die and stuff like that, but we have to stay on their necks, man, because if it was 4 teenagers, a beach full of black teenagers, bro, and 1 Caucasian teen died, bruh, come on, man. So we're not forgetting the mission. I'm just showing y'all this shit deeper than what we really think, bruh. It's deep. It's deep. And somebody say underwater. No, you had a lot of our people getting to that island by boat, you know? So let's go.
The white sand and turquoise water. Well, it's like that on a sunny day. Now, when a storm is brewing, the sea turns leaden gray, and the waves are angry, and it's a powerful place just to stand and watch. There's a symmetry to a lot of nature on Horn Island, so I can see where Walter Anderson gets the idea for the repeated rhythms and patterns that we see in so much of his work. And the pine trees on Horn really do look like the ones Anderson renders in his watercolors. I thought they were caricatures until I saw the real pines, but that's what they look like. Sort of like the spindly pines of Rome in Italy. Artists still come out to Horn Island for inspiration, alone sometimes, as members of groups a lot. They may stay overnight or a week or more.
Now, the Cajun Navy dude said, you're not allowed to camp out or stay overnight. He lied, bro. He lied. Yes, you can. See, he didn't think we'll find this video. He didn't think we would find this video. You can stay overnight. You can stay weeks. You can stay on that island more than a week if you wanted to. Our ancestors were on that island, bro. Look, that's why Caucasian people flock there. I was wondering, they don't go there just to paint, bro. No. Like, I was taking a shower, bro, and I was thinking, like, wait, they going there just to paint? It's more than paint. It's more than a paint, but the rabbit hole gets even deeper, bro. Let's go. Hold on.
The day breaks silently with a whisper on the breeze and uncertainty in the air. It may be gray or it may be sunny, but each kind of weather brings out its own personality and traits on the island. At nighttime, you make of it what you want. A luau, a ritual dance around the fire, an unveiling of the day's artistic work. Even
let's go back. Hold on.
At nighttime, you make of it what you want. A luau, a ritual dance around the fire, an unveiling of the day's artistic work.
Come on. They didn't expect us to find this. If they was doing this back in 2020, what else you think they doing, bro? This island is where look. You can read it for yourself. Why are Caucasian people doing rituals on an island at sundown?
Traits on the island. At nighttime, you make of it what you want. A luau, a ritual dance around.
Look. A ritual dance around the fire. Come on. The shit get deeper.
An unveiling of the day's artistic work. Even firing pottery at night takes on a special flavor on Horn Island. Now, I'll admit, I'm not that much of an outdoorsman. I mean, my idea of roughing it's when the air conditioner in the hotel room keeps waking me up when it cycles on and off. But if I were an artist, especially one who specialized in capturing nature and realizing it in my work, I'd be on Horn Island tonight. Well, you go to Horn Island, Google it, or the Gulf Islands National Seashore, get more information about.
See, I ain't capping. The Gulf Islands National Seashore. Look, we ain't capping there. But then I said, Because they said people go to that island to paint. I'm like, damn, what type of paint these people doing? So it says wildlife painters, landscape painters, water, okay. But they talk about, in the video, they talked about a guy named Walter Anderson. He was like the first artist to go there. The shit get crazy, bro. The artist most closely tied to Horn Island is Walter Inglis Anderson. From the late 1940s until his death in 1965, he often rode from Ocean Springs to the island alone, sometimes staying for weeks at a time. He painted thousands, okay. Let's see, given, okay, this is the part I wanted to read. I said, how did he die? If you're referring to Walter Inglis Anderson, the artist most associated with Horn Island, he died from lung cancer on November 30th, 1965 at the age of 62. After 6 weeks after Hurricane Betsy, doctors discovered a tumor in his lung. The tumor was surgically removed, but he suffered a heart attack during recovery and died 3 days later in a New Orleans hospital. Hold on. He was keeping journal. Despite his health struggles, he continued rowing to Horn Island, painting, sketching, and keeping journals until near the end of his life. The National Park Service notes that he spent weeks at a time on the island, returning. Come on, bro. You telling me he going to the same island to paint? Hold on. It gets deeper. Walter Inglis Anderson was born in New Orleans, Louisiana on September 29, 1903. His family later moved to Ocean Springs, Mississippi, where he spent much of his life and became closely associated with Mississippi Gulf Coast. Although he is often called a Mississippi artist, his roots were in New Orleans. Remember I told y'all just now that Caucasian people, they love to flock wherever our ancestors were, bruh. So to this island, they'll never mention the real reason. They'll never mention that. But that artist is from New Orleans. If you know anything about New Orleans, bruh, Caucasian people, they are trying to gentrify this place so bad because New Orleans is mostly Black American. They trying to gentrify it so bad because they love the culture. They love the culture so much, bruh. But they hate the people. They hate the traditions. They want to change the traditions. So my question is, if everybody was on that island, how nobody saw anything? You know why? Because they all on the same island to get the same energy, bro. They not go talk. The toe man, he not go talk. The grand wizard, the grandfather, he not go talk. Nobody go talk and like say, oh yeah, we did this. They not go do it, bro. But you gotta think about it. What the hell happened on that island, man? Caucasian people go to that island all the time. And then we got to go back. Because the commissioner of public safety, he made a statement and saying, oh, it had nothing to do with race. I'm like, wait, why would he even say that if he wasn't on the island? But back in March of this year, this was found in his building. The commissioner of public safety, this was found in his building. Let's carry on. Bam. This was found in his building. The guy that said, oh, Nolan didn't die because of race. The people who saying that they are racist. Go find the video. It's the video on YouTube. He did a whole interview about 10 minutes long. He said, maybe he drowned. A lot of people drown, bro. They all know what happened to Nolan, bro. They all know. This was found in his office back in March. Look, hold on. Bam. This was a list of names that people that was in the KKK, and they had to pay. And look, see, this is their payments, the proof of payments. It gets deeper though. Hold on. Bam. And the commissioner said, we are going to keep. So when you think about Nolan's neck, his throat was missing. And they love to put a lot of truth into movies. You watch Get Out. You watch They Clone Tyrone. You watched all this stuff. They put the truth in movies. Come on, bro. If I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping. I told y'all, bro, this shit is deeper than what we really think, dog. I'm not even reaching. I'm just showing you what I found. Underground Railroad, Horn Island. I'm not reaching. This shit, hold on. They found this. Hold up. Bam. Bam. When have you ever seen the governor, the commissioner of public safety, the sheriff, the DA, the judge? When have you ever seen these people make statements to speak up for a group of people? And then you got the biggest raccoon doing interviews with these people. When have you ever seen that, bro? When have y'all ever seen that? Look at this shit. They found this in the commissioner of public safety. They found this in his building back in March of this year. Oh, y'all don't believe me? Hold on. We'll come back to this. Hold on.
Smell like you got some PTO from your meal.
Shut up. Here we go. Back in March.
To know how they got there in the first place. Arthur Smith speaks with the Civil Rights Act of Ku Klux Klan materials were found inside a state government building.
Now you had the governor say, Al Sharpton, like I say, I never like Al Sharpton. I never trust him. But you got him saying Al Sharpton and Ben Crump are causing division in Mississippi. What the hell are you talking about? What was Marshmallow Man talking about? This was back in March. They found this in the Commissioner of Public Safety. They found this in his building, bro. They was moving buildings. This was found in his building. And he said, we're going to keep it to make sure future generations don't repeat it. I'm like, what? Come on, bro. What's wrong with these people? This was back in March.
Of Ku Klux Klan materials were found inside a state government building this week. A staff member made the discovery as they were preparing to move out of the Department of Public Safety building. Many of you now want to know how they got there in the first place. Our Quentin Smith speaks with a civil rights activist and brings us her reaction. Quentin?
Courtney, and she's troubled by this discovery. It includes things such as clothing KKK members wore, instructions on how to attack and harm people, along with applications to become a member. One civil rights activist says the materials are deeply disturbing, but she's even more troubled because of where they were found.
Just to put it in archives, just to document and no, it's not enough.
As she scrolls through the pictures for Priscilla Teal,
This is a lot.
these are not just old documents.
They don't feel that this is a threat.
They're painful reminders her family knows all too well.
Many people don't have any idea it was the Ku Klux Klan that killed Emmett Till.
See, Emmett Till is her cousin, the 14-year-old.
See, I just got chills because the same thing that's going on right now with Nolan Wells, it happened with Emmett Till. And you got people saying, oh, he's not fully black. He's still black. To them, he's black. But the same thing, they tried to cover up what happened to Emmett Till, bro. The same exact thing. And nobody went to prison. Matter of fact, the people that murdered him, they admitted it in a magazine, like I think months or a few years later. They told the truth. But they had to wait till the old woman admit that she lied on them. All these years, she covered it up. Bro, they been covering up shit in this country, especially in Mississippi. This is what they do. Appreciate you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. This is what they do. They cover up stuff. We had to wait till that Caucasian woman, that racist Caucasian woman, got old to admit she about to die. She admitted, oh, I lied the whole time. They murdered him from nothing, bro, and they covered it up, dog. Nobody went to prison. Then, I think it was a few months or a few years later, they confessed to it. They say, yeah, we did it. It's in the magazine. Go look this up. This been going on. This been going on, especially in Mississippi. This is what they do. Then they try to get on, they try to make statements to gaslight you. But we see the truth. We heard the audio. He's dead. Matter of fact, let's go back to it. Never mind. Let's just play it. Okay, hold on. Let's just play it.
Was brutally beaten and killed here in Mississippi after a white woman lied and said he whistled at her.
A lot of people don't realize right before Emmett Till was murdered, the Klan had murdered a whole family. Threw him in the same river that we found Emmett Till in.
That's what.
Thank you. So they want you to believe that these people are just good kids, bruh. This is Klan territory, dog. This was found in the commissioner's building, and he said we go keep it.
Thanks to dozens of items found in this small blue suitcase, so alarming. They're from the 60s and they're connected to the Ku Klux Klan. They include a notebook showing the minutes from meetings, a memo on how their harassment tactics worked, and also information about how they conducted their meetings. The discovery also shows a white hood and robe that KKK members used to wear.
I felt like when they found this material, the state of Mississippi immediately went to let's not talk about this and preserve it. No, we want it talked about.
Bam! Shout out to this woman, bro. Shout out to her. To live in Mississippi and talk like this, you gotta be a gangster. She said, no, we gonna talk about it. See, I've been telling y'all on my channel since 2024, bro. I've been telling y'all in Mississippi, they got KKK people that murder our people and they sweep it under the rug. But when it's black on black crime, they want to show you every angle, every video, every audio. It's propaganda, dog. But when it's KKK, they want to sweep it under the rug, bro. Oh, what about black on black crime? Come on, bro. We know how they got started. It would have never been none of that if they would never put that crack in our communities. And that was proven, and a Caucasian man exposed them. I think his name was Gary something. Fuck, I forgot his last name. But he was an author, and he exposed the CIA for putting crack in every black neighborhood in this country on purpose, bro, because they saw how much we was thriving. Hold on. Jody Harris, appreciate that 5, man. I appreciate you. That video about Horn Island, it started there's a ranger there, but not always for sure rangers. Okay, appreciate that 20, man. Thank you for that. But like I was saying, they started, it's poverty, man. They put crack in every black neighborhood in this country on purpose. And the Caucasian man, his name is Gary. I forgot his last name. Gary Webb. There we go. Gary Webb. Bro, I made videos about this, dog. Gary Webb. He exposed them. After he exposed them, his wife left him. After he exposed them, he ended up dead. And they said the S word to himself. Come on. We know he didn't do that. We know he didn't do that. But go do your research. He exposed them for doing that, bro. It wouldn't be all this if it wasn't because of them, dog. They did this shit. So don't talk about black on black crime if you're not going to go to the root. Of course you're going to have crime when it's poverty. Of course you're going to have crime when you're closing down schools. Of course you're going to have crime when you're not paying people what they deserve. Come on, bro. But they love to show you black on black crime, but they'll never show you Asian on Asian crime, white on white crime. Come on, dog. I ain't falling for that shit. So we go keep calling out, like I say on my channel all the time, we go keep holding racist Caucasian people accountable. That's it. Because they get to do stuff and move through life. And nah, that woman got Emmett Till murdered. And she got old as hell. And then she said, oh, I was just lying. What? 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 That's why Nolan had to have a closed casket, bro. Because whatever they did, it was some ritual shit. That's why his throat was missing, his thyroid, parts of his intestines, stomach, the back of his neck. Go do your research on what's in the back of your neck. It looked like some shit they took out and they put it back. They tried to piece it back together. Come on, bro, you gotta think. Man, hold on, y'all. I'll put this phone on charge right quick. Hold on. Appreciate everybody joining the live, man. I told you I was ready today, bro. I was ready today. People in Korea live under a dictatorship and poor. How come their communities aren't full of crime? See, you don't live in Korea. You don't know that. You only know what they show you. So stop saying what you don't know, dog. You don't live there. You don't live there. You know what you see. You're not in the jungle in Korea. Come on, bro. You see how easy propaganda is, dog? Go to a World War II museum and just read everything. Oh, America was being a... Bruh, they love to say black people are victims. No, bruh. Ain't nobody victims like racist Caucasian people. They play the victim just to go to war, dog. Come on, bruh. Yeah, stop being gullible, man. You gotta think for yourself. See, now we starting to think... That's what I love about content creators today and people today. Like I say, even Caucasian people are using their Caucasian privilege to speak up. See, people are starting to think for themselves now, and they don't like that. They want that old way of thinking. Oh, stay on a job for 50 years, and bruh, that shit dead. We ain't doing that shit no more, dog. Everything was propaganda in this country, and now that people are slowly waking up, they want to gaslight you. Oh, the investigation takes time. We gotta take time to see what happened to Nolan. I bet if it was a Caucasian kid, it'll be right away. Come on, bro. Come on.
We want to investigate. And I think the people within the state of Mississippi has a right to know what is in those files. Who are the members?
The civil rights activist wants to know all of the names and details listed on the documents. Till admits she's also concerned that the artifacts were found inside the Department of Public Safety, which is a state agency.
I think it's very important to investigate why was this information in a government building, and are the same people that had this information still affiliated within law enforcement and different agencies around the state of Mississippi?
Yes, they are. See, today, they don't wear hoods anymore. They got a badge. Today, they call themselves a judge, attorney, a DA, attorney general. They don't wear the hoods anymore. They wear a mask now. Remember that rally on the 4th of July when they came out with the white mask on? Some of them dudes was doctors. A dentist, like, bruh. That's why I told y'all this shit deeper than what we think. That's why the governor had to come speak. Bruh, when have you seen a DA make a statement on their behalf of a crime? When have y'all ever seen that? You know why? It's the KKK, bruh. Modern day KKK. Come on.
So when it comes to what happens next, the materials have now been turned over to the Department of Archives and History. They're being processed right now as we speak.
So when I'm looking at that island, I'm like, why do these people keep going to that island? But it makes sense because Caucasian people love going where our ancestors once were, bro. They love our history because they have no real history. Everything they learned from their ancestors, it was all a lie to make them look perfect. So they don't have no fulfillment as a whole, but they don't feel fulfilled, dog. That's why they have to move into black communities. That's why they got to come to New Orleans and fall in love with our history. Learn our history and go to the French Quarter and talk about voodoo and hoodoo. What do they know about voodoo and hoodoo? Telling you about haunted stories. Think about that shit. So I'm thinking about Nolan, and I'm like, damn, his throat was missing. His thyroid was missing. He had a big wound on the back of his head. And nobody saw nothing on the island. No rangers. Nobody. But you pull this stuff up. This was found back in March in the Commissioner of Public Safety, their building. And the commissioner got, 2 weeks ago, soon as this happened, he made a video saying it wasn't about race. Look at this. Look at this. Sacred altar. Come on. Mississippi's black neighborhoods are abandoned looking. Don't teach these others no more of our secrets. That's a fact. We need to spell off our people in Mississippi. It was about ritual. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This was some ritual shit, bro. That's why that's why they really trying to cover it up. And in my opinion, I believe allegedly the grandfather is the grand wizard, bro. Because once they called him, everybody else had their story intact. Oh, hold on. Let's go back to now we gotta watch the interview with Tate. Oh shit. Here we go. First,
before I play this, I want to quickly explain what I did.
Let's go back. Here we go right here. Fair use, fair use. Let me read y'all comments right quick. I think they are Romans, sacred Egypt, is because of true history of that. Yes. They are natural hunters. We are. Look at the center. Exactly. That's why I say, bro. Yep, it's just sick. Can you explain the throat and tie to? Yeah, see, I honestly, I forgot to look that up. So somebody can go look that up and send it to my Instagram, whatever. I forgot to look that up, man. It's just so much information, But it's the reason why his throat was missing. And it's the reason why the back of his head had that injury. And other body parts were missing. And it's the reason why he had a closed casket. Come on, bro. Everybody forgetting that part. He had a closed casket for a reason. Come on.
Looking at on the screen and why I chose to approach this audio the way that I did. As a professional audio engineer with experience in dialogue editing, dialogue cleanup, sound design, and post-production, I decided to work on that CTO call using traditional audio processing techniques rather than relying on any AI voice separation or AI enhancement. My goal was pretty much to preserve as much of the original.
And her name is Janetta Brantley. I think Big Kid shouted her out too on TikTok. She's a professional audio engineer. Damn. Shout out to my people, bro. Look at this shit, man. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit, man. This why they hate social media, man. This is why they hate it. A professional audio engineer. Damn. Let's go.
Recording as possible while making the quieter dialogue and background audio easier to hear. So I basically use techniques such as subtractive EQ, compression, gain adjustments, noise reduction, frequency isolation, and other traditional processing methods. So what I did was I separated Vicky, the C-tow dispatcher, from Warren and the audio originating from the boat so that I can concentrate more closely on what was happening behind and around Warren, pretty much on the boat. And I specifically chose not to rely on AI because aggressive AI enhancements and voice isolation tools can sometimes introduce artifacts and distort the speech or create ambiguity around the sounds that were originally present. And for something...
Her name is Janetta Brantley. And her name on TikTok is, matter of fact, this is a TikTok right here.
This serious.
This is her TikTok. Tell her introvert rock star sent y'all, man. This is her TikTok right there. Look like she just made it too. Damn, shout out to her.
I wanted my processing to remain as conservative as possible. You'll also notice time code and dialogue written on the side of the screen and pop up during each segment. That dialogue represents what I personally hear as an audio engineer while processing and repeatedly reviewing these sections. I'm pretty much providing it as a listening reference, not as a declaration that my interpretation is the only possible interpretation. And that's important. I want you to listen for yourself, use headphones if you have them, listen closely, and decide with your own ears what you believe is being said. You can also return to the original unprocessed recording and compare directly with what you're hearing here. You'll also notice that my time code may not match the regular timestamp on the original uploaded video. And that's because I'm working inside a professional post-production timeline, a digital audio workstation, basically using simply time code, which in film, that's displayed in hours, minutes, seconds, and frames.
Damn.
Film and TV timelines are completely different from timestamps that you see when you're watching regular videos or when you're watching a movie and you hit pause. So basically, the time code on the screen is there to identify the...
Her, I don't know about YouTube, but I know she have a TikTok. This is her TikTok right here. This is her TikTok right there.
Precise location within my working, a digital audio workstation, basically using simply time code, which in film, that's displayed in hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. Film and TV timelines are completely different from timestamps that you see when you're watching regular videos or when you're watching a movie and you hit pause.
Oh, you might be right. I don't think that her... Well, her name is Janetta. Look, I'm about to highlight it for y'all. Who said that? I don't think that's her. Yeah, Talking True Crime. You probably right. Because somebody did put a name right here. Here we go, y'all. This is her name right here. Janetta Brantley. That's her name right there. Janetta Brantley. There we go.
So basically, the time code on the screen is there to identify the precise location within my working session, not to represent the elapsed timestamp displayed by the original video player. And I hope that makes sense. For this first video, I'm sharing only approximately 37 seconds of the call.
No problem, no problem.
I originally intended to continue much further, but once I separated the dispatcher from the boat and started...
See, and it's so crazy because she said the first 30 seconds, I think. It's so crazy because when I went to the WLOX, to that platform yesterday, to that news media, the first 30 seconds, well, the first 7 seconds, like the kid was already on the phone and she was on the phone, but they played like the waiting music at the beginning of the video. It's like it wasn't like naturally, like, it was like they edited that part in. So as a content creator, that's a copyrighted sound. So a lot of content creators gonna skip that part. But that part was the most important part. Like, he's dead. They didn't play that in that audio. They put music over it on purpose, bro. I noticed that shit. Go back and watch it. It's their YouTube channel is WLOX, and go find the audio. And at the beginning 7-6 seconds, the kid already on the phone and she on the phone, but you hear music like the waiting music. It wasn't natural. It was like an edit. Like they put that in on purpose to like so you can't hear them saying, "Oh, he's dead." That's why they did that, bruh. Yeah, they played it loud, yeah, but they were still talking, and it was like he's dead, but you couldn't even hear it because they put the music over it. That's why I keep go man. Look, go look for yourself. WLOX. I knew I wasn't tripping. I told y'all though, man. On my videos, I'm always telling y'all all these people on the same team, man. Even the media, dog. Yes, the audio has been confirmed to not be AI. Come on.
Concentrating exclusively on the background dialogue, what I believed I was hearing became extremely difficult for me to process emotionally, and I needed to take a mental break. But I wanted to release this portion because some of the details that stood out most to me occurred very early in the call, like right at the top of the call. And so I'm gonna let the audio play. Read my transcription if you want to reference, but don't allow it to determine what you hear. I want you to listen first, listen again, compare it with the original recording, and then judge it with your own ears. I hope this breakdown helps.
Somebody say he's dead. And you can hear this shit. Like you can actually, the first beginning is kind of hard to hear. You gotta put on like headphones or something. But you can hear when she said, "Oh, you killed him? He's dead?" Bruh. Damn.
West tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
That's why he couldn't concentrate when she was asking him how many people on the boat. He couldn't even answer that shit, bro, because they trying to figure out what they gonna do with Nolan body. I told y'all. The whole 4th of July, the reason why 3 o'clock and 4:30 is so important because between those times is when Nolan was murdered. That's the last time they saw him. And that whole day they were driving around trying to dump the body. They was gonna dump the body in Fort Bayou, but instead they left his body in a boat at Fort Bayou. They came back the next night and they went back to Horn Island and they put his body there face down perfectly. You telling me his body was in the water, but it all of a sudden just washed up on Horn Island? Come on, bro. And all that water, it picked that spot to wash up on? Come on, bro. They went to Fort Bayou, because at first I was thinking like, damn, they went to another party in Fort Bayou? No. Fort Bayou was where they was planning and where they switched boats. And they left his boat overnight and they went back the next night and took his body back to Horn Island. That's it, bro. 4th of July was them riding around trying to dump the body. That's why they had his cell phone. That's why the cell phone was pinging from all locations. That's why they deleted everything in his cell phone. And they waited until after. Now, all this going on, it's daytime. They're on the island still. You telling me y'all didn't call his mother after this? Y'all waited till 11 p.m. to call his mama and told her, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to find him." Who tells you if your friend missing, this way you know somebody guilty. They call and said, "Have you heard from Nolan?" How are we going to hear from Nolan? Y'all have his cell phone. Stupids. You have his cell phone. Matter of fact, According to y'all, the island don't have service. So you telling me you left your friend on an island that don't have a signal without his cell phone? Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Who they think they talking to, son? Who they think they talking to? You left your brother on an island without a cell phone, but the island don't have a signal. But you called a dispatcher from your phone from an island that don't get a signal. The island do get a signal. What is coming from underground? Because, brother, the government owns that. They have a signal there. Whether the power comes from underground or something, they have a signal, bro. Come on. Look, for the new people who just came in. Horn Island recognized as underground railroad sites. That explains why Caucasian people love to go there and paint. Quote, unquote, paint. They going there for that energy. That explains why they doing the rituals. Let's go back. I'm sorry, my boy. We got to go back. I'm sorry, my boy. We got to go back. Hold on.
Whether you're a
That explains why they doing the rituals. Come on, bruh.
But we are heading into the week
that we see in so much of his work, night or a week or more. The day breaks silently with a whisper, but each kind of weather brings out its own personality and traits on the island. At nighttime, you make of it what you want. A luau, a ritual dance.
See, you might not know all your black history, but I promise you, Caucasian people know your black history. They study your black history. Why you think they on an island, on Horn Island, doing rituals? They know how powerful that island is. You don't know. They know. In the words of Shawty Low, they know. They know. That's why they doing rituals on an island that's connected to the Underground Railroad. Bam. But they tell you, oh, they going there to paint. A man, the first man to go there to paint, his name was Walter Anderson. And ironically, he was born in New Orleans. Go figure. Go figure. And he went to, even when he was sick, and supposedly, despite health issues, he continued rowing to Horn Island, painting, sketching, and keeping journals until near to the end of his death, in his life. But hold on. They said, because I said, damn, how did Anderson die? He died of lung cancer. And ironically, Nolan's lungs was missing. Nolan's throat was missing. Nolan's thyroid was missing. The back of his neck was injured. Y'all seen Get Out, bruh? Come on, bruh. Look, and like I say, I don't like to reach. I don't like to cap and all that stuff. I like to show y'all proof. But they put a lot of truth in the movies. Go watch Get Out again. Go watch They Clone Tyrone again. Go watch it. Ironically, he is from New Orleans. And people spend weeks there going to paint. Okay. All right, paint, all right. Come on, bro. What y'all doing rituals for?
At nighttime, you make of it what you want. A luau, a ritual dance around.
This why they doing rituals. Screenshot it. Go do y'all research. This why they doing rituals. They know a lot of our history, bro. That's why on this channel, man, like I say, I love history, dog, because when you know where your ancestors been and what they went through, you don't make the mistakes they made. And you have pride because of what they did. Because they don't tell you everything. They want you to think all our people were slaves. No, bro, that's not true. A lot of our people was getting money, even during slavery time, had mansions. They wasn't bowing down to Caucasian people. They wasn't kissing ass. But they'll never tell you that. But they'll put it in the book, though. You feel me? They'll put it in the book. It was a lot of black families, bro. Black American families. They wasn't raccoons, and they wasn't bowing down to the white man. A lot of them. But they'll never make movies about that. But they'll give you a slave movie. They'll give you a slave movie quick. But they'll never give you a movie about a black family that's getting money. That's not kissing ass. That's not raccoons. They'll never show you that, because if they show the kids that, they gonna have so much pride about themselves, bro. They gonna stop killing their brother and killing their sister. But they don't want to show you that, so they want you to keep killing your own people. Come on, bro. So that's why, like I say, I don't have nothing against even going to church when you're young. You would never have a pastor that, a lot of pastors do in the AME churches, they do that. But a lot of them, they don't teach you about your Black American history. When you start talking about it, that's the devil. No, it's not. That's your power. That's your power. If you know, you know. Because in the words of Shawty Low, they know. They know. That's why they doing rituals on the land our people use for the Underground Railroad. Come on, bro. They know. If I'm tripping in my comment section, just tell me I'm tripping so I can just stop talking. You feel me? This shit get deep, bro. But let's carry on to the interview, man. I told y'all we here, bro. Let me go back to TikTok.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, so
Yeah, bro. They murdered him, bro. They murdered him. But let's go. Hold on. Oh boy. Let's get to that interview. Here we go.
Did you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
no.
Do you have it? And the first one is the relationship that you had with Nolan. Can you explain your relationship with Nolan?
Yeah, I will. So,
First of all, I told y'all I'm a photographer. My camera over there. That's my camera. I'm a photographer, dog. I know body language. I know eye contact. I know everything. I know every emotion, bro. Look at them arms. Look at them arms. What that tell you? What that tell you? When you got your arms crossed like that, close to your body, you scared somebody go see through your lie. You hiding something. You not being truthful. He guarded. Come on. Defensive. Exactly. Come on, man.
his mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And, man, that can't be farther from the truth. Me and Nolan, I met Nolan in 9th grade in a second block class. It was math. He was one of the first guys I made friends with. It was somebody I made a connection to, like, offer up. He was an athlete. I could tell.
Chronicle transcript. Send it to my Instagram, bro. Or send it to my TikTok, Introvert Rockstar. Let me know when you sent it.
He was an athlete. When I walked into class, we sat really close to each other. And all he did, he turned around and asked me for a pencil when I first met him in 9th grade when I moved to Ocean Spring. Man, it was tough, and the relationship there has always been best friend in my eyes. I never wanted to take away how close somebody else was with Nolan, but Nolan was my best friend. That was a guy I knew I could call at any point in time. He called me at 11 o'clock on the 4th to see where I was parked at. Man, me and Nolan have countless nights.
He said he called me at 11 o'clock. See, they all got these times like set in stone. So you telling me Nolan called you at 11 o'clock. You said, oh, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to remember this. I want to put this in my notes. He called me at 11 o'clock. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. And I told y'all, if this was a group of black kids, bro, trying to defend themselves, everybody and their mama would have been trying to find a rope and find a tree. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying, bro. Come on, man.
Of him giving me advice on my girlfriend, on my life in general. Nolan has been the only friend, and I love my friends and my best friend in this group of guys, but Nolan has been the only person that ever tell me like he's proud of what I've done. He's proud of how hard I worked. He's proud of me going overseas to go play ball.
Nobody with that shit.
Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, it hurts is an understatement. I beat myself up every night I lay down. Beat myself up anytime it crosses my mind. Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something.
You see, he telling on himself. He telling on himself. He trying to tell the truth because the shit is eating him alive. He can't sleep. You could tell he can't sleep. But he can't tell the real truth. He can't do it. And I want to say shout out to Officer Raccoon, bro. Shout out to Officer Raccoon for putting in the work, bro, to make these boys confess. God damn it, bro. Officer Raccoon, he hated his people so much that he did the dirty work for us. He did the dirty work for us. He used them kids for clout and views. That's, like I said yesterday, that's the definition of a jive turkey. That's the definition of a jive turkey.
Maybe I would have known, saw something. Maybe I would have told Nolan, hey, man, you're not going with that girl. Just come back with us. We're going back a little bit later. We can go meet up with the guys later. Maybe it just plays out different. And then the fact that they're going to play that is I'm already trying to mourn my friend's death as is, and I'm blaming myself for it.
You blaming yourself, right? Come on, bro. Like I say, we talk about all this stuff, man, but sometime this week, bro, all the real facts gonna come out. Mark my word. Today is Monday. By Friday, the hardcore truth is gonna come out, bro. That's why his arms crossed. He hiding something. And notice, him or Warren, none of them showed any emotion. If I just lost my best friend, somebody like a brother, bruh, look, man, I got a best friend. You don't talk to best friends every day when you adults. You don't talk every day, but they your friend. He married, he got a family and stuff like that, but that's my dog, bro. I still check on him every now and then I check on him. That's my dog, bro. If he died, bruh, it's like a part of you die. When you love somebody, a part of you die. And you can't hold back them emotions. These dudes showing no emotions in this interview. Where the emotions at? Where the tears? Come on, it's no emotions. It's like because I heard some of the interview, it's like the more they talk, it's like a envy energy. It's like, we glad he dead. He ain't going to college, he can't get the girls. We glad that's what it's giving. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying, bro. It's like an envy energy, but it's like a relief. Because I don't see no tears. I don't see nothing. Come on, bro. It's real, yeah, real life jealousy, dog.
To put that in my head is a next level of hurt.
Hold on, let's show this one more time. Fair use, fair use. Let's go back.
That can't be truly explained. Because it's hard to put into words. Generally, it's backstabbing from a sense of a community that I thought I had.
Bam. What I told you they do. And even though he looks black, Mexican, it don't matter, bro. They on the same team, bro. He about to play the victim. That's what they do. He playing, when you guilty, you play the victim. When I was younger, bro, I was a professional at that. In my 20s, my early 20s, what? I knew how to play the victim when it comes to a breakup. You know? So I know what I see. He's playing the victim, dog. Come on. Somebody say, notice that the Asians have been silent. Oh yeah, bro. See, as black people, bro, I'm gonna be honest. If you have some black in you and something like this happened to you, black people go take on some real shit, bro. This could have happened to anybody, bro. We don't like to see people die this way and nothing happens, man. Black people, we don't have that hatred in our heart to hold back information. I told y'all, racist Caucasian people, they will take this shit to their grave. Look what happened to Emmett Till. She waited till she was almost dead to say she lied, bro. And they helped, when she was young, they helped her cover it up. That's what they do, bro. Yeah, it's a script. That's what they do. But we don't move like that, man. Like, we don't have that. They love to say we evil people. We not, bro. Matter of fact, we too accepting. Like, we accept everybody. We too accepting, you know? To a fault. Come on, man. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying.
But my skin color, and they stay so strong together. And I'm supposed to be one of them. But I come up and I speak, and now I'm the person to blame. Now I'm not dark enough for them. I'm not black enough for them. And now I'm the...
Your friend just died, and you're talking about, now I'm not black enough for them. What are you talking about, dude? That's how you know these dudes guilty. He worrying about the wrong S-I-S-H-I-T. But you see what they do? The judge, she made herself a victim. He on the couch making himself a victim. Warren made they not victims, dog. We heard the audio. They know how Nolan died. Even if let's say they didn't murder him, they know how he died. I believe they did, in my opinion. The fact they trying to cover it up, it makes it worse. I told y'all, bro, every day after they announce their reward money. And we got to talk about that shit too. Because I heard the reward money was going straight to Ashley Cole, the judge. The game is cold, boy.
issue, it doesn't make sense. In my head, it doesn't make sense.
Was Nolan, I mean, obviously you were in the friend group, but the way the media makes it seem is that almost as if Nolan was the only black person in this whole friend group. Now, they don't even mention you. They don't bring you up in this whole thing when it comes to, what happened at Horn Island. So what's your take on Nolan being, presented as like the only black kid in a group of all these white boys?
That's crazy, man. I know we've spoken a little bit, but that friend group that I'm a part of to this day was the first.
This dude turning himself into a victim.
Friend group is diverse from that. Like, we have mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group, but there's a...
This not about you, bruh. But you see how they like to, I've been telling y'all this shit, bro, on this channel. They love to use the media to push propaganda. They told Officer Raccoon, come on down here to Ocean Springs, since you got the most subscribers, you get the most views and shit. It's like, come on down here. But if you go to Officer Raccoon YouTube channel, all he do is talk down on black people. So why would you go to a YouTuber who talks down on black people to prove that y'all didn't murder your black friend? That don't make sense. But it shows how they really feel on the inside. They relate to a raccoon. Subconsciously, they relate to him. That tells you everything you need to know. Said Ringo is a, oh yeah, bro, we already know that. This dude talking about Nolan isn't fully black. Dude, you not fully black. What are you talking about? He's not fully black. What are you talking about? A lot of these raccoons just mad because they can't be Officer Raccoon. They all want to be Officer Raccoon. All of them. But they can't be that because they be playing. They not really in the field, bro. They not serious about that MAGA hat. This dude wore a MAGA hat, bro, a few months ago and talking about black community. Bro, once you put that hat on, it's over. It's over. That's it. Somebody said, why they didn't send pictures? Look, they didn't send pictures because Nolan died around that boat. And the whole day they was trying to, that's why they didn't send pictures. Like, that's why. So the Cajun Navy dude, he lied. He lied. He said he didn't send pictures of the body to the family because he didn't want the mother to see her son like that. He lied. That wasn't the reason. The reason was because they murdered him. And if he would have sent pictures to the family, it would have proven that he was murdered. Come on, bro.
There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico. They came over legally and they did everything right, and he's been here since.
This telling you how he feels about black. See, the more they talk, the more they expose themselves. And I told y'all last week, the week before that, they gonna start talking. Somebody say ice. Come on. Showcasing their one token friends. That's it. The Mexican is white. Come on. Come on. What time was the fight on the beach? Because that's Nolan walked on the boat and all hell broke. That's a fact. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I can't listen to this dude talk, man. It's hard to listen to this. It's hard listening to this bullshit. It's hard. It's hard, dog.
Get a few more details. I'm sorry, go ahead. I know that. Yeah, go ahead. I know that you were all over the news because there was a perceived fight. People, this is the thing that gets me, and I want to keep clarify this. When I saw the video that they put out on the internet claiming that Nolan was saying, "Give me my effing phone back," the coach came out. Nolan's coach came out and said immediately he knew it wasn't Nolan's voice.
Nolan coach the raccoon too. He want to keep his job. Of course he gonna say that. Of course he gonna say that. Anything to please Master. He want to keep his job. So you think he gonna take up for Nolan? Oh, it's not Nolan's voice. How is a grown man? See, that coach needs to be slapped, bro. And I ain't sending no threats or nothing. I'm just saying, if I can jump into my laptop to Ocean Springs or wherever, that coach needs to be slapped, dog. This dude gonna say the coach said that's not his voice. What kind of fruity stuff? That's not his voice. What? What the? And the shit don't make no sense at all, bro. He trying to make it make sense, but he's making himself sound stupid. How you gonna interview somebody, but you already biased, and you don't hide your bias. You don't even hide it. You show it. This interview is bullshit. You did it for clicks and views. Come on, bro. By doing this shit for clicks and views, bro, when they go to court, he gonna have to keep this shit going. Just like when Carmelo get his retrial, Hunter Metcalf is gonna have to get on stand and say what he said to the media right after his brother got murdered. He gonna have to say the same thing he said to the media, that he don't know Carmelo, that he didn't see the stabbing, and he did see the stabbing. You know why? Because his brother got murdered because of him. Austin Metcalf got murdered because of his brother. That's why he got that guilty look on his face. He caused that, bro. He was the bully. So this same thing, everything they saying, bro. Oh my God. Shout out to Officer Raccoon for putting in the work.
And obviously it wasn't Nolan's voice because you were the one that was
me yelling,
in there yelling. You got into an altercation with somebody. What happened after that? Like, put me in your place where the fight is over, whatever happened. Nolan is somewhere, you're somewhere, you're hanging out, and when was the last time that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island?
So, after the fight, I didn't stay on Horn Island much longer. So the objective, I was really upset. So with you hearing me yelling, my uncle had told me to get on the boat and wouldn't let me back off the boat. Obviously, I was really mad.
So I saw a part where he said he got in a fight, but he said that he wasn't going to say the person's name he got in the fight with. I said, makes sense. Because what if he got in the fight with Nolan? That's why he's sitting with his arms folded. Because he said in the interview, y'all can watch it yourself. He said he got in the fight, but he don't want to say the person's name he got in the fight with. That's what he said. And I'm like, what if that person is Nolan? That's what I said. That's why he's so look. As a teenager, when you lying, we all did this, bro. We all had our arms folded as a teenager, and we didn't even know. Because as a teenager, you could be smart as hell, but your body language will always tell on you. You could be a genius in the books, all type of shit. But your body language will always tell on you as a teenager, because you don't know. You don't. Hold on, somebody saying they want us to shut the F up. But we tend, that's a fact. Keisha, one up. Appreciate you. Family, we need to start doing open caskets to show the world. I agree with that. So this why the first giveaway, bruh, is him and Warren. They show no emotions. None whatsoever. That's the first sign of they guilty, dog. In my opinion, they guilty. They guilty of something.
Fight, wanting to get off, what wasn't smart. And so I was on the boat.
Hold on. I gotta go back to that point. Hold on.
Friend group was adverse from the max.
Did you go with them initially? Were you a part of the group that went to Horn Island?
So yeah, so never once thought, man, they look at me different. Man, and I don't care. I don't need you. I just need help to get out there and then pick everything up. Because I know all these people are going to be drunk and they're not going to. But I told him, make sure that nobody sees about going out on the boat, right? And so I told Wyatt that, and
You heard her say, oops, my bad. I told Wyatt that. And he said, oops, my bad. You know why? He told him, don't say any names. But you can say Katie's name and you can say Nolan's name. So them the only two names they use, Katie and Nolan. That tells me it was some jealousy. It was some jealousy. And that's why everybody throwing Katie under the bus. But he said something about a fight. I'm trying to find that part.
But I told him, and I told him everything, even a little bit earlier than I missed his phone call. And I was like, yo, there's a spot over there. So now, going back to it, 20 minutes before they left, I was with them. Minus the morning time before they got out, those are my friends, man.
Get a few more details after. Nolan is somewhere, you're somewhere.
Man. And so I was on the boat, I'm yelling, and shortly after that, I left the island. I left probably 30 to 45 minutes after I got to the fight.
Like, put me in your fight is over. You're hanging out. Give me my effing phone back. The coach came out and said, what happened after that? Like, put me in your
perspective. So I was really upset. So with you hearing me yelling, my uncle had told me to get on the boat and wouldn't let me back off the boat. Obviously, I was really mad and I wanted to fight, wanted to get off, but what wasn't smart, man. And so I was on the boat, I'm yelling, and shortly after that, I left the island. I left probably 30 to 45 minutes after.
Oh, he left after the fight. But I saw a part of the interview. He said that somebody, he wasn't going to say their name. He got in a fight with somebody, but he said, I'm not going to say their name. But he got in a fight with a dude because him and his girlfriend was getting into an argument. And the dude told him to stop talking to his girl like that. And I'm thinking, that probably was Nolan. That probably was Nolan telling him to stop talking to his girl like that. It probably was Nolan who told him that. Come on, bro. Cause a lot of times, bro, Caucasian dude, they don't give a damn, bro. They not gonna check you. A lot of times they ain't gonna check their friends. But you can tell Nolan would check him. He didn't mention the person's name he was getting in a fight with. So if you don't mention their name, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You're guilty, dog. I believe he got in a fight with Nolan. I believe he got in a fight with Nolan. The coach lied and said, that's not Nolan's voice. Nigga, what? That's not his voice. I know Nolan's voice. I'm his coach. What? Bart 2, yeah. Come on, bruh. Come on.
I got to a fight. We started to pack up and left because I was so upset. As Javon mentions, that they were ready to get me back to land because I wasn't really mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time
he kept saying I was mad. He's lying, bro. He trying to get himself out of the situation. See, they did something so bad to Nolan. He said, oh, I left the island. I was nowhere around. I left the island. That's what he's trying to do. He trying to remove his name out of the whole situation, dog. That's what he trying to do. Oh, after I got in the fight, I left. I was mad. I left. Come on, bro. Really? You left an island because you got in the fight on the 4th of July? Come on, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Stop it. You tell me you were so mad you got on a boat and you went back to land and went home. I'm mad. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Or did you get in a fight that was so bad that you got in a fight and y'all did something to Nolan and you saw what she did and then you left? Come on.
I saw Nolan. I was walking to the boat. This is before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something. Actually, about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him. I was joking around, and I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. Last thing I told Nolan was, all right, buddy, I love you, see you later. And I'm glad I said it. I had been under the influence a little bit, and that's probably...
I'm glad bruh, that shit sounded so fake, bruh. I'm glad I said it. What? I'm glad I said it. Nigga, this ain't no movie. What the? And look, I'm not even trying to like reach or like, I'm not clout chasing or nothing for views, bruh. I'm not doing that, dog. Like, this literally makes no sense. It literally, especially Warren interview, that makes no sense. And by using your common sense, these people not even showing emotions, bruh. It's like a sense of arrogant, like they arrogant. Even Warren, he's sitting with his legs on his other leg, like crossed, like he a big dog or something. Come on, bro.
Well, I did say it at the time, just, getting all lovey-dovey, but I'm at peace I said it. I'm glad I said it. That was my last encounter with Nolan. Just telling him I love him.
Did you have so you leave the island, did you have any encounters or association with these phones, with the keys? Did you have any connection to any of that?
I did not. So what I know, Warren started, I got my first phone call from Warren at
there we go.
9:20. I didn't answer it. I was asleep. I'd been on the...
I got my first call from Warren at 9:20. Bruh, so hold on. We supposed to just sit here and just take your word for it? Show us. I didn't answer it. I was asleep. So you telling me at 9:20 p.m. you left the island. You probably was drunk. Your friend called you, I was asleep. And it's crazy how they remember all these times, but they don't remember what happened to Nolan. Everybody remember 3 o'clock, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 9:20. But nobody remember what happens to Nolan. But they were so drunk, but they remember times though. They remember a goddamn time while they drunk. But they don't remember what happened to Nolan. Come on, bro. Who this shit, dog?
But all day, I didn't feel like going to party anymore. I went to bed. So I got my first phone call about 9:20, and I didn't wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock.
That makes sense.
And that was to my brother coming in the room being like, hey, Warren's trying to get a hold of you.
Hey, listen to what he said. Look. Hold on.
Hey. I didn't wake wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock. And that was to my brother coming in the room being like, hey.
Hey, his brother watching this shit like, what the fuck? Hey, his brother watching this shit like, what the hell? Bruh, no, don't include me in this shit. Bruh, his brother like, hey, brother, no. Bruh, he said my brother, his brother like, wait, what the fuck? Hey, bruh, no. I told y'all, bruh, they gonna start throwing each other under the bus. His brother probably watching this shit like, what the hell, bruh? You must got another brother, not me. Hey, imagine you his brother and y'all watching this on the couch, and he said my brother was like, what the fuck? Hey, bruh, tell him edit that part out, bruh. Hey, call him right now. Sir. Like, call him. Call Officer Tatum and tell him to edit this shit out.
Or trying to get a hold of you. That's like you need to answer the phone and look for Nolan. And I'm half awake and I pick up the phone. And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Nolan, Warren gets on the phone and he's just like, hey man.
Listen. This when you know you lying too much and the person is haunting your soul. Listen to what he said.
I pick up the phone, and by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Nolan, Warren gets on the phone, and he's...
Look at that. That's when you know somebody lying. When you telling the truth, bro, the truth just gonna roll out, bro, easily. He can't even get the names right. Warren. Come on, bro. That brother choked on the food. Brother like, what the? What's that video of Idris, oh boy, eating them hot wings? It's like, what the fuck? That's how his brother was. What the fuck?
Just like, hey man, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, nah, I haven't talked to him, man. He was with that girl last time I knew. And he was like, okay. He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man, it's Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl, you'll probably find him.
What? You see this shit? That girl, you see? They was mad they couldn't get that girl, and that girl probably wanted Nolan for the most part. That's why they mad. That girl, see? That's envy, bro. That's jealousy. Bro. That girl. Introvert, someone said they put Nolan in his sleeper hole. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's believable. Appreciate that $4.99. Yeah, bro. I'm done with this, bro. I can't listen to this dude, man. Like, you can tell he lying, bro. Hey, y'all, we gonna be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm doing a video, man. My boy, Big Kish, bro. He got me motivated to do a video. Let's go back to this. Y'all can screenshot it. This is why Caucasian people stay going to Horn Island. Look what they doing. They taking the energy. And this was found in the commissioner in his building in Mississippi. The same one that said Nolan didn't die because of racism. This was found in his building. And he said, we're going to keep it. Back in March of this year, this was found in his building. And if you go do your research and find a picture, matter of fact, hold up. I ain't gonna be lazy. We don't do no lazy content over here, baby. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you. Now we seen the commissioner. He said something, right? Let me show y'all the governor. This is the governor. Straight nasty work. And he did blackface. This is the governor. This is the governor. Doing a speech. This was back in 2013. The governor of Mississippi doing a speech at some fought sons of the Confederate veterans, some shit. That's the governor of Mississippi right now. Who's told you to stop speculating? That's the governor. And it's another picture he wearing blackface when he was in college. This is the governor of Mississippi. Hey, bro, I'm just showing y'all what I find. But this is what we see. I appreciate everybody, man. I gotta go eat. I haven't ate all day, dog. I worked out this morning. I haven't ate, but I gotta eat. And we're gonna be back tomorrow with a video. I really, really appreciate y'all, bro. I really, really appreciate everybody that joined this live, all the new people. Welcome to the channel. My supporters, bro. I really, really appreciate everybody, man. I really, because like I say, if the tables would turn, they would never shut up about this. So we never go shut up. Yeah, it's a lot of other cases we gotta talk about. Because this not the only one. Like I told y'all earlier, this not about Nolan, bro. Like, no, it's not just about Nolan. This about everybody in Mississippi who was found chopped up in the woods. Everybody in Mississippi who was found dangling from a pole or dangling from a tree and nothing happened. That's why we going so hard. That's why we going so hard. So, hey, man, I appreciate everybody. Tomorrow, we bringing that energy, dog. We bringing that energy every single day, even on my lives. I love y'all.